Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well. And I promise you, your day is about to get a whole lot brighter because we just learned that Poshmark is undoing some really horrible changes that they implemented over the last few days. So here we go. Very excited to get into this. If you guys missed my last video talking about what actually happened with Poshmark, then make sure you go and watch that. But basically, Poshmark rolled out new changes to its fee structure, and that happened this month in October of 2024. So basically, Poshmark was charging 20% off the top from all sellers on their platform before October 2024. And then they rolled out this new 1, 2, 3 fee structure where they would charge a set amount of $1, $2, or $3 based on a sales price of an item. Then they would also charge a 5.99% fee to both the buyer and the seller for selling or purchasing an item. And so from looking at that very closely, it turns out that Poshmark was actually just making more money off of every sale. Buyers were getting scared off. Nobody was buying on the app because all of a sudden a $20 item became a $35 item with all these extra fees attached to it for buyers. And so even though sellers might be making a higher percentage off of their sales than they had been previously, most people had seen a deep decline in sales just because nobody was buying because the fees were so astronomical. I even broke down, I think like a $2,000 like designer Gucci bag item that was supposed to, sell for $2,000 had $425 of fees attached to it. As a buyer, that would definitely warn me right off. I would never be paying over $400 in fees for that item. Crazy times. So now we have a letter from the CEO of Poshmark, from Manish. I'm going to read it to you. I just saw this come through today. I'm going to be trying to post this video very quickly so you guys can have some hope again, because I know that a lot of us were like, we're never going to buy from Poshmark again. Like, the fees are too astronomical. They were already crazy and now they're even worse. But now we have some hope. So a letter from the CEO, let me read this to you guys. Basically it says, "Dear Poshmark community, one of our core values is together we grow, and every decision we make is guided by our deep commitment to you, our community. In this spirit, we've decided to revert to our original fee structure effective October 24th, 2024. So when I'm recording this and when this is coming out, it's October 21st, so in 3 days. We made the recent fee change with the goal of helping you, our sellers, grow and earn more by balancing fees between sellers and shoppers," which is what we talked about. They had moved from just charging sellers 20% of their sale to charging both sellers and shoppers fees. However, over the past few weeks, we have seen that shoppers spend less on purchases as they shifted their spending from orders to fees, leaving our sellers with less cash in their pockets, despite the seller fee reduction. Which is so true, because people were seeing such a hefty fee. Instead of, us actually making more from that, they just kept on offering lower prices. I've had so many lowball offers lately just because of those stinking fees. So we've spoken with many of you and listened closely to your feedback. I don't know about that, but okay. The outcome of the change did not meet our expectations, and I sincerely apologize for the disruption and impact that this has had on you, which is so helpful because as a person that is doing this full-time, as a person that resells clothing full-time and makes YouTube videos about reselling, this had a huge impact on my month. And we'll break that down once it becomes the new month. I'll tell you exactly how much money I made in October, and I think it might be a little shocking to you guys. But really, it affected a lot of people and affected a lot of people's livelihoods. Here's what we're doing to make it right. This is from Manish. We're reverting to the original seller fee structure effective October 24th. Like he mentioned, we're returning to the original fee structure of 20% seller fee for sales over $15 and $2.95 for sales $15 and under, which is exactly what I was doing before. We're removing the buyer protection fee. Shoppers will still receive the same trusted protection through Posh Protect without any extra cost at checkout. A freaking man. As I mentioned in my previous video where I broke down exactly what they were doing, they were charging everybody a pretty high amount of fees as part of their buyer protection, of basically saying if something never ships, you get refunded. And if you got the item and something was wrong with it, you can return it. Basically, they were charging sellers to be able to return their items, or if something went wrong, that they could get their money back, which is just kind of standard business procedure. So they're getting rid of that. Praise God, that was ridiculous. And they're also ending Posh Pass Beta. We introduced this program to help boost purchases with the new buyer fee structure. With the return to our original fee structure, this program will also be rolled back. We'll continue to explore similar programs that will benefit our community in the future, which Posh Pass Beta, that is, I think they put like $5.95 shipping on all Posh Ambassador 2's closets. I don't know exactly who got this. I had it on my closet. Apparently that's going to end as well. We're offering a rebate. Now this is where it gets a little confusing, friends. Like, I'm not exactly sure what they're thinking with this. We're offering a rebate. To give you time to adapt your listings and pricing strategies, we will issue a rebate for the difference in seller fees on listings created or edited during the fee change period and sold via buy now from October 24th through the weekend until October 27th. So basically, they know that a lot of people have had to literally adjust their entire closet or their strategies in selling on Poshmark in order to, you know, meet these changes with all these fees. People had to lower the price of what they were selling, and it was just making up for that lack of the 20% fee and splitting it between the two people by lowering their own prices so that they're making about the same amount of money, if not less. And so this rebate is for those people that must have to redo their pricing or something like that. That's what I think the rebate here is what they're talking about. It also has 2 asterisks. So let's get down to that in a second. And then further on it says, we hope this decision reflects our commitment to listening and evolving based on your feedback. Okay, where were they getting this feedback? Because I literally tried so hard to talk to them and it was not heard. We are dedicated to making this platform work for you and encourage you to share your thoughts here. Hyperlink. I will leave that link either as a comment or in the description box down below for you guys, where you can share your experience with this change that they made. And he asks for people to write in and share their thoughts. I will definitely be sharing my thoughts. And I think we all know that I don't think this was a great choice on Poshmark's part. I'm so happy that it took them less than a month to undo their mistake, because literally they were going to destroy their business very quickly. So your voice helps us to continue to build a marketplace and community where anyone can thrive. Manish. Okay. Now we have the asterisks, which is a very hard word to say while enunciating, but the first asterisk was for the 10/24 date. And that is saying that by using Poshmark after that date, you're going to be agreeing to the above updates to the fee policies. So basically just some like legal jargon that they kind of have to say about this, because they're changing their fees and people have listed things during other fee structures. Anyways, but that double asterisks. So this is about the rebate. Let's read this. So for any listing created or edited between, it looks like 12, so midnight on the 3rd through 11:59 p.m., almost midnight on the 23rd. So the time that they were actively doing this new fee structure, if an item was created during that time and then sells via buy now between midnight on the 24th and 11:59 p.m. on the 27th, the seller will be rebated the seller fee difference if the new seller fee is higher. Geez, okay. Honestly, for me, I'm like, okay, that's nice that they're doing this, but why make it so complicated? I guess maybe it's really helpful, especially if you have a large order. It probably would be worth it. I'm just thinking of like a $20 order. That's not going to be a huge difference. But okay, that's nice. So for those few days, things that you listed during this fee change will get the higher amount no matter which way it is. If it's the 20%, then you'll receive the higher amount that you would make from that order, which is probably not going to be the case. Or if you would have received more money from the old fee structure, they'll give you that lump sum. They're saying the rebate will be provided as redeemable credit in one lump sum by 11:59 p.m. on December 6th. So this will only apply for things that are under buy now, because otherwise you're making an offer on something. You're accepting that what you're going to make is going to be what you accept. So this is only for buy now. Anyways, very confusing. But yes, that's the breakdown of that. So then here's our thoughts. What are our thoughts? We're very thankful that Poshmark has reverted this change. If you guys didn't know it had made a change, well, be glad, because a lot of people had to go searching for answers of what the heck was happening, because it wasn't super laid out very well. It was brought out in an email, and that's how we received this information about the fees being reverted, also in an email, which I feel like there's some other ways to also get a hold of the community, like maybe making a post like in Poshmark, like you cannot move forward until you read it, because also people, I feel like you should have to accept the terms and conditions if they're making a complete new fee structure. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, so it didn't show up in my Poshmark. The only reason I knew about it is because Jeremy saw something about it come up on Reddit. Then we looked into our emails for a letter from Poshmark, which if now that you know, maybe go to your whatever email is associated with your Poshmark, go and look for this. It's hard to find. It's called a letter from the CEO, and it's called returning to original fees as the subject line. So not super easy to find. I don't think they're wanting this to be a super broadcasted thing, because it's almost like admitting failure. But I also want us to realize too, like, this is not a win for us as sellers. Them going back to still the highest fees out of all of the selling platforms is not a win for us. Like, this is at most just like the bare minimum that they can do. They went from charging the most fees out of every other place that I sell, every other marketplace that I know of. They charged the highest amount of fees, 20% off the top. They went from that to charging even more fees and driving off buyers, to reverting back to their 20% off the top fee. And then I hope that they're not expecting us to be like, oh, thank you so much. Like, you guys are the best. We love Poshmark. They've just really tried to screw us over. And then they realized that them screwing us over was screwing themselves over. And so they reverted the fee structure. And now we're back just to where we were, which is them having really high fees. So still not a win. Poshmark they still have some room for improvement for sure. I still love selling on Poshmark, so I'll keep doing that, especially since I have so many listings still over there. But I am beyond grateful that I've already been cross-listing, because without that, I would have had the worst month I could ever imagine. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know all of your thoughts. I would love to hear it all. And praise the Lord, we have some hope again that we might see an increase in Poshmark. Let's hope we sell some more over there, because it's been a rough month out on these reselling streets, let me tell you. So, okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped you guys, and hopefully it gives you guys a little bit of a brighter start to your week. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until the next video, bye.